The Northern White Rhino, once a symbol of strength and survival across the African landscape, now faces the harsh reality of near extinction. Poaching, the primary cause of its decline, has left only 2 northern white rhinos alive today. Both are females, and unfortunately, both are infertile. This tragic situation may seem like the end for the species, but a group of dedicated scientists believes otherwise. Through in vitro fertilization, IVF, they hope to bring this majestic species back from the brink. But the question remains, should we? The scientific solution: in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization, or IVF, is a method where sperm and egg are combined in a laboratory setting instead of within the body. Conservationists have long considered this technique as a potential tool to save endangered species, and recent breakthroughs offer a glimmer of hope. In January 2024, the biorescue team successfully induced a pregnancy in a southern white rhino, the closest relative to the northern white rhino. This achievement has raised hopes for using southern white rhinos as surrogates to carry northern white rhino embryos. Even though no northern white male rhinos remain, scientists have preserved sperm samples, offering a chance to create fertilized eggs in the lab. Further, non-reproductive cells preserved from northern white rhinos might even be converted into reproductive cells using stem cell technology, a process that has shown success in mice. As of now, biorescue has created and stored around 24 fertilized northern white rhino eggs. While this breakthrough could be part of a long-term plan to reintroduce the species to the wild, it raises several critical questions. Weighing the risks and payoffs. The first major question centers around the risks to the animals involved. IVF is a complicated and sometimes dangerous process, especially for large animals like rhinos. To harvest eggs, veterinarians must anesthetize the animals and use needles to extract viable cells. Although the rhinos used in biorescue's procedure recovered well, the approach carries inherent risks, especially when applied to different species. The second key question asks, will it work? Even if IVF successfully leads to new northern white rhinos, creating a healthy and viable population is a slow process. With only 2 infertile females left and a limited gene pool, the task is monumental. The concept of a genetic bottleneck looms over the project. A lack of genetic diversity could make the population vulnerable to disease, much like a house of cards waiting to collapse. However, there is some hope. Southern white rhinos once faced a similar bottleneck and rebounded to a population of 18,000. The bigger problem, is it enough? While the technological advancements in IVF offer a promising solution, they don't address the root cause of the northern white rhino's decline: poaching. If northern white rhinos were reintroduced into the wild, they would still face the same threats that led to their near extinction. Without addressing habitat destruction and illegal poaching, the species could fall victim to the same fate once again. Some experts worry that focusing on technological solutions like IVF might divert resources from broader conservation efforts. The temptation to rely on science as a fix-it button for endangered species could undermine the need for long-term conservation strategies, including anti-poaching measures and habitat restoration. A glimpse of hope. Saving the northern white rhino is not just about preserving a species, it's about acknowledging the mistakes that brought them to the edge of extinction. The science behind IVF is extraordinary, and the hope it brings is undeniable. However, as with any new technology, we must tread carefully. It's vital to ensure that our pursuit of revival doesn't overshadow the deeper issues that threaten not just the northern white rhino but countless other species. Humanity's responsibility lies not only in advancing technology but in protecting the natural world that sustains life. As we forge ahead with scientific breakthroughs, we must remember that prevention and conservation are always better than cure.